Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Diana Emerson. Today, I am just listening to one of my favorite shows is Border Security. It's Australian customs. You know, watching everybody get busted. That's what it's doing. That's what you're doing. You know, because they go after smugglers, drug smugglers, and tobacco. Yeah. But I'm working on this baby's blanket. I hope I can get this last scheme on here by the end of the month.
They've come round and basically it's caused a major incident where we've got protesters outside the house preventing us getting anybody out. We were arrested.
All the foreign workers are kept under close guard in the canteen.
Well, if you can have 10 at a time, won't we? So need some more, don't we?
In the corridor next door, they set up a makeshift office to interview the workforce. With their mobile fingerprint machines and some interpreters, the detective work begins. Illegal immigrants will be arrested and face being removed from Britain. But who will stay and who will be leaving? Coming up, the heat is on at Heathrow.
It's not looking good, all right? I won't lie to you.
Suspect students and damning diaries.
He's not even mentioned his studies once, as far as I can see. It's all about money and earning money.
But who's telling the truth at Terminal 3? An identity crisis at the chicken factory as dialogue breaks down.
So we'll start again. We'll start slowly. This is your one and only chance for you to tell me the truth.
In the Midlands, immigration officers are onto something big. They've raided a chicken factory and apprehended 68 foreign nationals, all being closely watched in the canteen. The next phase is to check names and ID against the Home Office database to see who is working here legally or otherwise. So far, they've found 14 different nationalities, and interpreters are in short supply.
Yulia, there's no point in trying to tell untruths about your situation. There's nothing to be frightened about. Okay.
So what basis have you asked to stay in the UK?
The stakes are high. Illegal workers face being removed from Britain.
Immigration status in the UK. Why have you came into the UK?
Officer Andy Watt questions a Romanian. To understand him, she has an interpreter.
So you have no national insurance card.
Romania is new to the EU and has restrictions on it. She's allowed to be here, but requires a registration card in order to work.
Next question is, how many hours do you work here every week? Okay. Can I ask you, how much are you paid here per hour? 250 per week, yeah?
She says she's been earning between £200 and £250 a week and working 50 to 60 hours. This is less than the legal minimum wage. But if she hasn't got a registration card, she faces a hefty penalty.
Are you paying a debt off to anybody for coming to the UK? No? Okay. Has your employer here ever threatened you in any way?
Upstairs in the factory's makeshift bedrooms, officers are searching the workers' belongings.
I've only got one.
They've already found fake ID cards and arrests have been made. They discover the woman being paid below the minimum wage is Romanian, but she doesn't have a worker's registration card.
because you're from Romania, okay, certain restrictions are put on Romanian nationals working in the UK. Okay, and as such, you should have a work permit, a registration card to be in the UK. Okay, now there's a penalty notice for you working illegally in the UK. Okay, and the penalty amount that you will be fined is £1,000. Okay. The fixed penalty will go on your name, your date of birth and your nationality. That will be you, okay? So if you give me any wrong details on your postcode or address, it doesn't matter to me, okay? The penalty goes on your name and it will follow you about until you sort that penalty out.
She's free to go and will be able to work legally as long as she gets the right papers. The canteen is full of people waiting to be interviewed. Some less worried than others. Heathrow Airport, the main gateway into Britain. Officer Steve Hassler has the job of sorting out the genuine tourists from those who want a permanent holiday.
So it's your fault.
This woman is claiming to be a visitor, but she's been flagged up on the database as having been refused entry to Britain in the past.
We understand why we have to do this, because you've had that previous refusal. And it's always going to cause problems, unfortunately.
She's no stranger to Britain. She went to school here for 4 years, until her father's work permit was cancelled and her family removed.
Anything to declare to customs? Nothing, no like 1,000 cigarettes or nothing like that? Okay, alright. She's been refused entry, or she was refused entry, back in August of 2007. Her father was here on a work permit. It's a bit sketchy, but it was curtailed back in February of 2007. She claims now she's come here to pick up some certificates, her GCSE certificates, from the examining board. She claims that she had sent for them, paid for them, they were sent in the post, but they were never received. The only thing is, she doesn't have a return ticket. Why would somebody come on a two-week visit without a return ticket? That's a little bit strange. Is it Lahore you're from, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you do there? Studying?
Yeah, I'm studying law.
Law? Oh, that's good. Immigration law?
No, I'm trying to stay away from that.
Okay, don't worry.
Nothing personal.
No.
That's my university card.
Excellent, I'll just borrow that as well. Let me get that back.
I don't have any cash on me.
No cash. What about credit card? No credit card? So you've got nothing at all? So how are you going to survive initially? With your family and friends?
No problem, yeah.
Her claim to be picking up certificates to take back to Pakistan doesn't quite add up.
Well, it's just this fact, she's got a single ticket, she's got no money, and she hasn't actually arranged for the certificates yet.
You see, I don't get this part, because she and her entire family have been refused entry. Okay? They've previously been living here for 4 years.
Yeah.
And further to that, they appealed and went down the human rights line as well. So they're kind of well aware about how things work in the UK. So then to send a family member alone on a single ticket with no money, doesn't stack up.
A closer look at her luggage doesn't improve her chances.
At the back, I've just discovered some old pay statements, and I just went out to control and spoke to her. I said, well, why have you got these certificates with you? You know, if you just come to get, and she said, oh, well, it's just all my documentation that I had when I was in the UK. But there's P45s as well.
Now I'm a little unhappy because these are documents that are not necessary at all.
Relevant.
Exactly.
It's question time for the law student. Officer Hassler wants answers.
It's not looking good, all right? I won't lie to you, because I can't understand why you've not brought any money with you or tickets. We're going to have to come through this way, all right? And the fact of the matter, you've got £2 on you, you've got no credit cards, you've got no return ticket, you've bought all the documentation which, to be quite frank, you shouldn't have brought with you. I can't understand why you brought it with you.
This interview will decide whether or not Officer Hassler returns her on the next flight home.
So why did they just buy you a single ticket? I can't fathom this out, because why would they buy you a single ticket and also send you their daughter halfway across the world with just £2 coins in the purse?
I don't have any intention of staying here.
I didn't ask her the question. I said, why do you not have a return ticket?
Because I didn't know what date exactly I would go back.
She said she didn't know how long she was going to be here. It was going to be 2 or 3 weeks. And I said, well, why didn't you get an open ticket? I says, we have many times people come here. And she says, oh yeah, I found about that on the aircraft. I hadn't heard of open tickets.
She didn't know about open tickets.
Didn't know about open tickets.
This is a young lady who's lived in the UK and has clearly
I travelled before, but didn't know about
Didn't know
open
about open
tickets.
tickets.
We get people coming here all the time who are coming as visitors, and if they don't have return tickets, they don't have money, they'll just be refused. It's not credible. You're coming here as a visitor, but yet, you've got no evidence of support whatsoever. You said that you're going to come here, get these GCSE certificates, but yet you've come with all this documentation, and you would need that sort of stuff if you want to settle here. You've even got your, you're shaking your head, but in your wallet you had your national insurance card, which you had your national insurance number in. Why would you bring that to the UK?
I didn't walk out with it with me.
But then we start going into things like her previous bank statements here, mobile phone accounts, in previous interviews with Job Centre Plus. Certainly with regard to her documentation, she has literally packed up everything, put it into a folder. It's as if she's picked up her life and brought it here. And I think we've got to remember this. I mean, the family had lived in the UK since 2002. The father had been working here. She's had most of her informative years here. Like I said, she's been a student here. She'd got a job. She'd taken her exams. And then all of a sudden, for no fault of her own, the rug's pulled up from under her feet, and she's forced back to a country that she probably hasn't lived there for a number of years. And all of a sudden, she's left, thinking, well, where's it all gone? Okay. Just one. Right. The decision is that you're going to be refused entry, okay? You're coming in as a visitor, but you've got all this documentation which pertains nothing to why you want to come here regarding your education. Now, if you want to come back to the UK, you can, but what I would advise you to do is get an entry clearance visa, okay? You can still go and ask for a visit visa or a student visa, whatever you want to do, but rather than you having to come here and go through all this, it means you go to the embassy, you put all the evidence in front of them, and you allow them to make a decision. I feel sympathy for her because I know what the impact on her is going to be. But at the end of the day, we've got to look at what we're doing with regard to the border control and making sure people coming here are coming here for a genuine reason and not ending up doing something else. For this time, I'm afraid you're not going to be allowed in.
Or is it to say she's accepting this notification?
At the chicken factory, the investigation is in full swing.
So we'll start again, we'll start slowly. This is your one and only chance for you to tell me the truth.
They're finding more fake documents
Is this like some sort of joke?
and more resistance to the immigration officer's questions.
I'm going to say it in English. This lady's going to say it in Romanian, okay? Either way you'll understand it. If you don't start answering the questions, I'll arrest you.
A pattern is emerging. A lot of workers claiming to be from Romania. The immigration team isn't convinced.
It's definitely a trend here in that an awful lot of what we believe are Pakistani nationals have produced Romanian identity documents.
I'm more Romanian than you.
What we'll be seeking to identify is where they got those documents from. Perhaps they're linked to the employer and perhaps they're not. But at the end of the day, that's a lot of interviews that we've got to do to establish whether that's a fact or not.
So you say you're Romanian? Yeah. How did you qualify to be Romanian?
This man says he's from Romania and his work papers are up to date.
Are your mother and father Romanian? Yeah. And they were born in Romania, right? Yeah.
Officer Mason gives the Romanian a simple geography test.
Okay, tell me which countries are next to Romania?
Moldova.
Moldova. Bulgaria, yeah. Any more? Yeah, any more countries next to Romania?
There countries that border Romania.
I won't give you any more details, but I don't think it's going to be weird.
And no records of this man's right to work.
You are not Romanian. I know you're not Romanian. Yes, I know. So, what's your nationality? Where are you from? What country? Yeah. Your English was brilliant from the start. Do you speak Romanian? You wait there. I'll get a Romanian interpreter. I will get a Romanian interpreter. Yeah.
The next test. Can he speak Romanian to an interpreter on the phone?
Marion, that gentleman speaks Romanian. You say you're a Romanian. You've only been here 1 week from Romania. Please speak to him. Just make your voices. Hello, sir. Okay, sir, I'm very sorry to have wasted your valuable time yet again. Well, thank you very much for your help. Okay, sir, cheers, thank you, bye. Okay, that's the Romanian interpreter. He says you're not speaking Romanian, he says you're speaking, well, nothing really. Marion. I know Marion's not your real name, but let's just stop, alright? Stop all the lies now, okay? I'll give you this one opportunity to start telling me the truth. Where are you from? Okay, no, I'm not bothered about your identity card. You've told me you're Romanian. You can't tell me the capital. You can't tell me what monetary units are used over there, okay? At the moment, all you're doing is getting yourself into trouble, okay? So what nationality are you? Don't insult me and tell you're Romanian.
Bye for now.